Hi, good morning. So I promised the answers for your worksheet. So here they are. I will also make sure that there's a blank copy of the worksheet out there just in case it isn't. So I will double check that later today or later this morning here. So for those of you who gave it a shot for this first one, let's go ahead and review the answers. So in this case, when I'm looking at a context diagram, which we have on the top, on the bottom we have our level 0 with partially filled in. When we start with the context, I like starting with that middle circle. What are we trying to accomplish? And if we look at the statement given to us, prepare and file a tax return with the tax owed to the IRS. So basically what we would want to put here in the context diagram would actually be something like prepare taxes. You could say process taxes, complete tax form, anything in that ballpark would work. Now, the directions do not say whether or not we are preparing the tax reform for us or are we doing this for a client. So that would make a little bit of a difference what we would put in this first box. So the withholding form is our W-2 form. This is what we usually get if we're an individual from our employer, or if we were doing this for a client, we would get that from the client who got it from their employer. So we're going to make the assumption we're doing our own taxes. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and put employer there. All right, so the employer gives us with the holding form, we prepare the taxes, so the entire 1040. So we have the IRS 1040, or you could say completed taxes, whatever. We may also be giving them a payment, but we'll assume that we're getting a refund this time and we're not going to get a payment. So in this case, that form goes to our tax agency, or we could just simply put the IRS. Now in this case, because we have kind of a fill in the blank, we've already completed our context, we actually have a lot of the information here already. So remember, we cannot lose any data destinations or sources. So actually, these will be the same between the two. So down here, we have our employer, and here we have our IRS. Now, the only thing missing then is what we need to put on this data flow. And once again, it would be exactly the same as we have up above. In this case, it says the payment and the 1040, it technically could be exactly the same. But either way, that would depend on our tax situation. So there is how we complete problem A from 10 in your book. You were given the fill in the blank in class. Well, with that, we will do another short video here in order for us to do the second problem. We'll see you in a minute.